what has changed in that search landscape that kind of led you to investigate, and what businesses should consider within their SEO program to best align with those changes or opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as some of you on here, I'm sure know, Stream has been doing SEO in the automotive space for almost a decade at this point. And to be honest with you, we've been kind of adding in, tweaking, changing our program to align with new updates in Google. And it really got to the point where we took a look in the mirror and we're like, we have to overhaul this. Like, no more tweaking or changing. Let's really kind of look at what is the best, most effective program for our clients in regards to on-page, off-page, content strategy, how we can keep shoppers on the website, et cetera. So myself, along with one of our VPs, spent about 3 months or so evaluating about a decade worth of data and really looking again at what changed in search results and how we can best align with those new strategies and opportunities. So one of our first things that we really looked at was, of course, user experience. So I think it was maybe the end of 2020, early 2021, where Google was very clear that user experience is something that they're looking at in evaluating a website or a particular page to rank. So we really looked at those pages that are very meaningful to the shopper, which is really that content like reviews and comparisons, that shopper content. So we gave that kind of a facelift and made it more engaging versus just solely focusing on like words on a page and optimizing the metadata. We really designed it to keep someone on the page for a longer period of time. That not only benefits the user, but also shows that signal to Google that we're a trusted, authoritative website, someone or a website that users actually want to spend time on. The other part was what you're seeing now on your screen, which is our local search results. So we've always really been having a focus on local SEO, of course, adding in like citation management, going along with, Google posts and updates to the Google citation. But we've really kind of put a larger focus on that because honestly, Google is putting a larger focus on that. So this is an update that was just rolled out recently. I think almost everyone at this point should see this update in desktop. So when you do any type of local search, in this example, I did Jeep dealer near me. We used to just see kind of like a sliver of the map at the top of the page with like these quick little 3 listings underneath. Now it's kind of blown up. You have the big map to the right-hand side, and actually the listings are larger as well, taking up much more space on page 1. So obviously huge opportunity if we can get ranking there. So we've implemented all of those things we used to do from a local SEO perspective, but we've also added in Google Q&A. So as active as we can be within that Google Knowledge Panel, Google is actually allowing businesses to ask and answer and rate their own questions. So we're definitely taking advantage of that and asking really relevant questions about the dealership, but then of course, relevant questions about that local market that shoppers would want to know. And then, sorry, do you have a question?
No, go ahead.
Last but not least, continuous scroll was something that we were keeping in mind. We obviously knew that that was being tested out. So we kind of looked at what did we need to do to adapt to that, because we knew that this was something that wasn't going away. If you think about all of those networks we spend the most time on, like Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest, it's just that continuous scroll that feels like it's just never ending. So Google was actually kind of behind in implementing something like this, but it's just now rolled out to, again, I think everyone at this point. You'll now see kind of this continuous scroll experience on page 1 of mobile. So page 1 is actually 4 pages of Google results. So I've even noticed myself, I'm definitely starting to scroll more down the listings, asking those, like, people also ask questions, getting more data and results. So when we looked at that, it doesn't take away from the fact that we always want to optimize to get to the top of page 1. That is absolutely still an effort that is in our minds when we're strategizing for a website. However, something else that we thought about was we really want to make the absolute most of those listings, no matter where they are on that page 1. So we implemented more consistent schema that will really help us achieve those rich results that we're seeing in Google now, whether it's, of course, like your knowledge panel showing, but also like that star rating showing when someone Googles a business. People also ask quick answers. So there's a lot of opportunity to get your search result really showcased more prominently in search, and we're implementing schema to really adhere to that opportunity.